Hi, I'm Yash, founder for Bombay Sweet Shop. Welcome to our Mithai factory.
So tell us a little more about why mithai needs to be cooler.
I don't think all Mithai needs to be cooler. I feel we have a great tradition of Indian sweets, but it was time to look at it from a different lens and give it a little bit of evolution to make it much more aspirational to today's generation. We've all grown up now eating cupcakes and macaroons, but we also need to look at our traditional Indian sweets and what we can do better with them.
What are some Diwali specials that people can look forward to?
So we've done this amazing badam pak which really melts in your mouth with a little bit of cardamom. It's our take on a very traditional sweet, but has a nice richness to it as well. We are also doing our version of a kaju roll which comes with really nice fresh pista in it as well.
What was your reason behind choosing this particular location?
What we wanted to show people is the world behind how mithai gets made. And when we found this old warehouse, we felt this was a space we could recreate this Willy Wonka mithai factory, and that was the reason why we selected Bycolor.
Do you think globalization has led to Indian mithais taking a backseat of sorts?
Yes and no. I also feel it's the Indian consumer is traveling more. We've traveled to European countries and we've seen beautiful bakeries making macaroons, croissant, and that education has come back. So we've got much more variety available in India, and that might have taken us away from Indian sweets.
So give us some insight into the process of conceptualizing and creating a mithai.
One of the key insights we had was when we started doing our research with mithai and traveling all over India working with different halwais, was the art of making mithai was as complex and delicate as the art of, for example, making a croissant. So if you're walking in France, you stand outside a bakery and see a baker making bread. But when was the last time you stood outside a halwai and saw them actually make a motichur laddu? That was the premise of building this beautiful mithai factory, that you can walk through it completely, watch various parts of the mithai being made, and that gets your interest into the mithai. So when it comes to the mithai itself, we do the traditional as well, but at the same time we have our versions of those mithai, which will have flavors like chocolate, a little bit of hazelnut, just to bring a bit more aspirational aspect to it as well.
So what inspired the packaging?
So for our packaging, we work closely with our partners, Please See, where we looked at old mithai stores and what colors, what was the brand language they used, and what were the typical templates of flowers and designs. And that's what right now, if you see within our Diwali packaging, comes out a lot. We want it to be festive, we want it to be joyous, we want it to be colorful as well. But at the same time, there has to be a premium element attached to it. And that's what takes a lot of our packaging as well.
Are mithai shops still relevant for younger generations?
That's a great question. Honestly, this is a similar question that was asked to us of Indian food with Bombay Canteen 7 years ago. Is Indian food still relevant? When you take something that is traditional and reimagine it, I think it makes it relevant to the younger generation. And that's what we are doing with this mithai shop here, is we have Indian inspired soft serves being served. So if you are a child coming into a mithai shop and you get a really good soft serve, that's something that will make you come back with your parents. So it's making the mithai shop relevant to the younger generation as well.
What goes into sourcing some of the more unique ingredients for the mithais?
So it's actually a journey that we take in terms of conceptualizing these mithais. So in most cases, it will start with looking at what that traditional mithai was and what were the ingredients needed for it. So our chief mithai wala, which is Girish, will try recreating that original to the best possible way. And then we start looking at, okay, what are the ingredients that will work with this? Are there any unique ingredients we can go out and source for these, which will come together uniquely to give this mithai either better flavor or texture? Then how can we get them to the sweet shop?
What, according to you, is the most unique mithai available here?
So in terms of the most unique mithai that we have here, it's also one of my favorites, and it's something that needs a lot of work. We call it our chocolate patisa bars, and we are lucky enough that we are also making them here today. Patisa is something that is very similar to son papdi, so it's going to have nice thread layers to it. It's got a nice sandy texture. So what happens with this mithai itself is, as you can see, we make it in slabs, and JD here is cutting those slabs but we have 2 layers of the patisa, and in the middle we have this really nice salted caramel which has a little bit of pepper to it, and on top of that we make an in-house coconut halwa which goes on it and top it up with a little bit of chocolate. All of these will be cut into little bars, as you can see these, and I'll take one for you. So we've got 2 layers of patisa. In the middle you have a little bit of caramel, there's going to be a pepper in it, and top is the coconut halwa. This whole thing will be dipped in chocolate in a later process, so it becomes like a really nice chocolate patisa bar for us.
How important is it to be 100% vegetarian today, and how does it affect the flavor profiles?
So if you look at how mithai is being made for generations, it's always been vegetarian and no egg. So it does not really affect the flavor profile, and this was something that we always felt we needed to keep core to the values of mithai itself and the people who enjoy it, and hence we've kept the entire space completely vegetarian.
What led to the setting up of the Bombay Sweet Shop, and how did the idea of an Indian mithai experience strike you?
It's actually a very unique question. We had, as a company already, thank you so much, we had already started with 2 restaurants, which was Bombay Canteen and O Pedro, and in everything we do, we want to reimagine India and its culture. And at this point, we knew we wanted to get into products and how do we get our experience into someone's home. So we started looking at ideas, and actually this idea came through me in 2 instances, where once I was passing through the airport in Paris, where I saw a traditional can of mustard which is very unique to France, and the next I was passing through the Turkish airport and saw them selling Turkish delights, and there was this sense of pride in which they were selling these unique Turkish sweets, and I said to myself that India has such a huge tradition of Indian sweets, and why are we not doing about it? So that's where the idea of setting up a reimagined Indian mithai shop came from.
And Bombay Sweet Shop was initially planned as an experience center. Is the same thing, is it open now to the public now that the lockdowns have ended?
So it is open to the public now. We are open from 11 in the morning till 7 in the evening, so you can come in. We right now do only takeaway, but you can definitely come into the experience center and see the mithai being made as well.
What inspired the modern twist to the savories offered here?
So one, we looked at what was the mithai shop experience before. So when you used to go to a mithai shop, even as a kid or even now, you're picking up your mithai, at the same time there's someone making hot samosas and kachoris. And you used to always have that mix of savory, because then you could have a sweet jalebi at the end of it. So we wanted to recreate that in our own special way at Bombay Sweet Shop. So it just gives people another reason to come into the shop instead of just asking for a delivery at home.
So what sets Bombay Sweet Shop apart from a regular mithai shop?
So one of the main things that I feel sets us apart, other than the product which is reimagined, is this beautiful space. We call it our mithai factory, where we want to get people interested in mithai again. And the best ways of doing it is by just showing them how it's made. We saw patisa being made earlier. Now over here you can see the team making our Diwali sweets as well. So she is right now breaking up the badam pak that has just come out, and she's going to be start garnishing them as well. But at the same time, you have someone here who's just had fresh kaju katli come out from the hot kitchen, and they are getting that ready as well. This is the kind of experience that you wouldn't see in any mithai shop, and the idea here is to be completely transparent and give our guests or our customers a window into what Indian mithai is. So thank you so much for visiting us here at the Mithai Factory today, and as we go into Diwali, I encourage all of you all looking at this video to come down to the Mithai Factory, see the Diwali mithai being made, and if you can't make it, you can always order us online at www.bombaysweetshop.com.